Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where I found the blight infested section in the area, and it looks really nasty. I think I was here earlier to do a few things here, but now I'm asked to take down some of the trees here. Make the horns a little bit less restless because trees are not supposed to be walking around. I think I've said that on several occasions. It certainly is an unusual state for trees. So we are just going to have to deal with it. See if there were proper ents around here to help control them. Well, okay, if there was a lot less blight around here, then maybe that would also help them a great deal. So let's deal with that one thing at a time. One down, 12 to go. I hope they're not all going to be elite. Just saying. But I think that's a little bit too much to ask for. Oh, I also got some wood from that. Alright, fine. I'm supposed to be looking for afflicted saplings. That's the main thing I'm supposed to be looking. Speaking of all elite. This is going to take some time. I can feel it already. Maybe I should try to find... I'm assuming that those roots there are not the saplings that I'm looking for. See, stemming the blighted tide, burn afflicted saplings. Okay, I need to... Remember, actually, I think I came through here on the way to the farm in the epic storyline. So, of course, they get sent back after visiting the farm. Thank you for doing things in that order. Okay. Boy. Chopping down trees with a spear is very hungry work. I've got to tell you that. Last I heard, spears were not exactly optimized for chopping down trees. Oh, they're all elite. Every single one of them is elite. I can only imagine that someone goes through here getting rid of all of the non-elite trees, and they all respawn as elite trees when you do that. That can only be my guess on this thing, because every time I come through here, I feel like every single tree is elite. With maybe an occasional one that isn't. Oh well. It looks like this is going to take me some time. A great deal of time. Ah, look at there, just beyond, oh, even closer than just beyond that root. We have an afflicted sapling. Burn the sapling. It doesn't look like much of a sapling to me, if you ask me. Well, that's probably how I can tell that's afflicted. I mean, you. Well, nah, perhaps that's not the type of tree. It's probably too far south for you. Let's see. So, this almost looks like it was already been chopped down or something. What is this? A signature tree? I was beginning to think such things didn't exist. What really doesn't exist, obviously normal and swarm trees don't exist either. Anyway, well, after this battle, I'm feeling there won't be any more left. Oh well. Now that I am finally done with those wretched trees, take care of the saplings and get back to the farm where I think we have everything done. Is there anything else they need us to do? I guess we're going to find out in one moment. They have both a tough bark and a tough bite.
These trees will prove far more useful in death than in life.
You have retrieved so much wood. Thank you for bringing peace once more to the Moulder Grove and to Sormadon. You're welcome.
Trees shouldn't move. Unnatural things.
Sormadon is in your debt, and Zajana too. All of Kijan relies on us to keep their bellies full, and you have given us more time before the blight encroaches once more. Well, maybe someday I can do something about this blight. But I've got other things, unfortunately, that are even of a higher priority, and perhaps they're going to be linked someday. Now that everything at the farm is settled, it is time for us to head off to Ingar Garage and discuss something about cattle with Mizadi. I have found Idar Garage, and I think the first thing I need to do is to do that, of course. And find the stable master.
May your day prove profitable.
I hope so. And now, it looks like I have found Mizadi. Mizadi and her advisor stand in the center of much activity. Alright, let's see what's going on here. She has... Okay, both the quests lead to her. First, let's take care of the sound of rushing boots.
It is you. A fine sight for sore eyes you are, friend.
We have much to discuss. Kabach? Yes, he came through here. Numuru questioned him for knowledge as to the Orakai movements, but he has none. As a scholar, I believe they call them Pohani here. He had little enough knowledge that could help us. He moved on to Zajana. However, while you are here, there are several matters in which I would request your counsel, of course. And speaking of counsel...
My spies have penetrated the Ordakai camp to the south to find clues as to Barshud's whereabouts.
Yes, there is a leader of the Ordakai there, a man that they call Konyo Boro. My scouts overheard him boasting of the time that he spent with Barshud, and how much they drank together. These could be lies designed to impress the fellow Orakai, but we must find out if he has been spending time with Barshud, and what this Konyo knows of his movements throughout Kijan. The Orakai there are quite skilled and dangerous, so this task calls for subtlety rather than open combat. If you're willing, I would ask that you penetrate the camp and take the Konyo Boro and bring him back here for questioning. Then we will see if he speaks lies or truth about knowing Barshud. Alright, so we're trying to get leads about Barshud, okay? Also, now, about a certain cattle incident.
You have taken a long road to reach me, but here you stand.
Did the forest of the Kentai prove difficult to traverse? How else can you explain the dour expression that you wear? Are my soldiers expected not to eat then? An army must eat if it is to fight Pineleaf, and there is no shortage of foes to face in Kijan and all along the Mur. Foes enough to freeze the blood of the headsman should he encounter them. Herdsman, yes, I doubt not. Does he stand against the Ordakai? Or does he chafe only against those who oppose the foes and grouse when they seek only enough food to keep them fed as they fight? What do you say about this, Rahazi?
You know I stand with you, Sharamizadi. as was my mother's command.
It is not my mother's only command. It was not only her command. This too she said to me. Speak always your heart, my daughter. And so it is that I tell you this. You must control your soldiers, or the people of the Moor and of Greater Shigana will treat you as an invading despot. Aye, even as the Ordekai themselves.
Sharamizadi, mistake me not. I have seen the fire that drives you.
And I know why you fight to drive the Ordak from these lands. I stood beside you at the battle for Hamat, and my mother Gehazi would not send me from Amaru in your train if she disbelieved the righteousness of your cause. But the people that live alongside the moor have not seen these things, for how could much longer could they have lived near their oppressors? Has any captain of the Ordak hesitated to seize the land of this people, or the beasts that they graze thereon? You would gain much by treating these folk differently than have the Ordakai, my Shara. Okay?
I hear wisdom in the words that Rahazi speaks to me.
But if it is right that nothing should be taken for nothing, Pine Leaf, you need be no sage to understand this truth as well. If my soldiers owe something to the herdsmen who could not control their own grazing animals, then I must send others to work off this debt, while they labor for him. They will be performing none of their own tasks for the army. You will be doing this work, of course. What else is new? While they go to compensate the herdsmen for the meat that they have taken on behalf of my army. It is only right. Rahazi knows that the duties that they must now neglect, and will tell you what to do. It always comes down to me doing the work.
I knew Sharamizadi would heed my words.
It will not take long for you to perform the task that the soldiers were supposed to complete today. Perhaps the burden will feel lighter knowing that the herdsman you spoke with will be compensated for the meat that was taken from him. These are the duties that the Shara would have you complete. Retrieve eggs from the bird nests of the Katzala to the east of Ingagarash, and hunt the meat of the creatures from creatures throughout Kijan. Would the Katzala count as creatures in Kijan, I'm wondering? Once you have done these things, you can bring the meat and the eggs to Dunile, provisioner of the war camp. Okay, fine. Collect 4 eggs and 12 pieces of meat. I suppose I should have expected that. Anything you need me to do while I'm out?
Have you crossed paths with the Jazgai near here?
The Jazgai are quite Yes, the local travelers of the Great Road have reported increased attacks from these Jazgai, as has our Sabuji. I know you to be a fierce warrior and skilled combatant. Would you go to their camp and show some of these Jazgai your skill, that they may prey less upon the innocents around them? Okay, the Jazgai are the jackals, right? Oh well,
These Jazgai, they hunt in packs. Slay the leader, and the pack will fall back in disarray.
do you know how hyenas work? I have a plan. We need to gather meat from the oryx in the area. The Jazgai go mad for it. Then we will place the meat in traps for the Jazgai. The Jazgai matrons will demand first taste of the meat and will be drawn to it. That is when we must strike at them. Once the leaders are slain, the others will retreat, not leaving their ancestral grounds or striking out at the road. Will you help me in this plan and bring it to fruition? All right, so defeat Oryx. And what do you need?
We have lost a fair few Subozuri to the spiders near here. We could
We
use your help in retrieving those still alive, if you are willing.
We have long clashed with the Ordekai to the south, but they are not the only threat to these accursed mountains. There are spiders in the caves to the southwest. We have lost 2 patrols in the past day. We sent a rescue party, which was itself lost in the caves. Oh, great. These spiders are stronger, larger, and more fierce than any I have seen before. Believe me, I've seen Shelob. I've seen bigger spiders, I'm sure. I know you to be a fierce fighter. Would you aid in recruiting our warriors? All right, fine. Rescuing our warriors, yes. Anything else?
Ha ha! This calls for a feast. If you give me a hand, I'll teach you how to make Zajani stew. It tastes better than it smells.
Okay, defeat Oryx near Sakazai so that we can make some Sajani stew. Right, okay. I will give precedence to doing the chores thing, so that would be the epic. And, oh, there's another one here!
Yes, my husband is missing. Will you help me find him?
My husband ventured with the others near Jar Obadal. I fear the spiders have taken him. 2 search parties have gone missing. Would you aid them in search for them? I am close to breaking. I fear for him so. Okay, fine. I will go search for her husband first. And the spiders, since they seem to be capturing people. Then I could worry about the eggs and the provisioning. Whew. I'm going to assume that they can tell the difference between a spider and a scorpion, so that despite the overly aggressive nature of these scorpions, I should be looking for a different family of arachnids, right? Here we go. Now, where was I going? I'm still heading for the spiders, but if I run into an oryx along the way, I might as well help to deal with that situation as I go along. Might not get all of the oryx meat I need, but it should help. There we go. It looks like I found some meat for the war camp. I have found some oryx for attracting them. And even some oryx for the stew. Right. Look at that. Triple bundle. And we'll continue to go along. See, here's a share of this meat here. I could just imagine, okay, see, the meat from... Ooh. They've been getting lessons from the deer, I see. I think I found the spider nest. This definitely looks like a spider nest. It unquestionably looks like a spider nest. And I even found some spiders. Now, am I supposed to be killing spiders? Well, new deed, Spider Slayer of Kijan. Well, I suppose that means yes. I don't have any quests for killing spiders, but sounds like the locals will be very happy if I do so. I mean, otherwise there wouldn't be a deed for it, I suppose. Now, that doesn't look like a fun place to be. Oh, what do they call that, a hatchling? It does make you a bit worried about what's here. Alright, now let's see. What am I supposed to be doing here? I'm supposed to be looking for... Find the entrance to the caves of Jar Obado. I'm going to assume that that's what they're talking about right over there. Okay, and now that I've found the entrance, I need to defeat spiders in there, 12 spiders, and rescue trap Sabujri in cocoons. Alright. Fine. And also search for clues of Baradun's whereabouts. Now, are there any clues around in here? Or are they all inside the cave? I would presume that they're inside the cave. Oh yes, this cave. The cave where there's also a mission to kill spiders. There we go. Well, now I'm on a mission to kill spiders, even if it's not a mission in Lotro terms. And you. Done. Now, that's cake tier 3. Now, what is this page about? Baradrum's clue. Found clues as to Baradrum's whereabouts. Does it actually tell us what it says on here, or am I going to have to guess? Nope. No! It's just a piece of paper that I have no idea what's written upon it. So, let's take care of this. And apparently, I think I found a potential missing soldier who's trying to struggle to get out of this, I think. And of course, also finding plenty of snake venom. It just has a problem of going into my veins. Alright, here we go. There you go. One soldier found. Tricky spiders. Tricksy spiders. They're tricksy. Too many legs. There you go. And you. And you. Okay. Ooh. Oh, am I going to have to deal with you this way if I am stuck? Okay, I'm not stuck any longer. Your problem that I'm not stuck any longer. Now, is this going to be one of those quests where there's half a chance that instead of rescuing a friendly soldier, you rescue an orc? Or I guess an Orcakai in this place is a more likely alternate than an orc would be. I thought I was dead. Thank you. Those spiders are dreadful. Just dreadful. Alright, well, I suppose they can be. It looks like I'm going to be out of here quickly. Right, that's 10 spiders. I've already found 2 soldiers. Okay, now, that was a turn off. Now the question is there a clue down the... I'm trying to think, is it better to go down this way? Are there any clues down here? I don't see anything there, so I'm going to go down this way first. And let's free soldier number 3. These caves are just keep going, and those spiders are more lethal than I have seen. I will take leave of this place quickly. Actually, the caves aren't really all that extensive. You're probably just constantly taking bad turns or something like that. Let me check out something here. No, okay, we need to go this way. Ah ha ha ha! Sneaky little spider! Hiding behind your mom. Or protector, or whatever the kinship is on this matter. Let's see, how about you? I think I've already killed enough spiders for the quest, but I still have. I think is that sparkly for the cocoon or is that sparkly for the another clue? So far, I have only one of three clues. Oh, just as I say that, look at that clue number two. Well, let's see what clue number two. First one was a piece of paper. I have no idea. Well, I suppose if he were a scout, then that would be it. Baradum's clue. Oh, yeah, yes, I don't want to forget the soldier. That would be a little bit of an error. Yes, okay, you are welcome. And now, a spitter. Yes, I will spit you with a stick with a very, very sharp point. Okay, now let's see. Oh, did I miss that one? How did I miss that one? No idea. Alright, there you go. Now, let's see. I still need to find one more clue. I suppose that'll be around here somewhere. Ah, here it is. One more clue. Oh, that's a broken shield. So, let's see. Search for Baradun in here. Alright. So I found clues in there. I'm assuming he's going to be where the boss would be in the mission version of this. Which I think is just up ahead. Assuming I can deal with this hatchling. And the spitter. Okay, well there is a that's a weaver, just a normal spider. You can just imagine how many spiders I've run into in Lotro that look at a spider that size and say just a normal spider. But yeah, I've seen bigger than this. They obviously haven't. Okay, so now let's take care of the spitter. Then I could. You see a body nearby. You should check to see if it's Baradun. Yeah, I will look at the body as soon as I finish killing that spider. Ooh, you are a sneaky one. And there seems to be a journal next to him. And let's see. Clue. Okay. Let's try that again. Baradum is dead. You see a journal that appears to be ripped and torn near his body. Galeras would likely appreciate it if you recovered Baradum's journal pages. Ah, really? Fine. Pick up the journal. Find the pages. Okay, we'll go around this way. That way. I was about to say that way I won't have to kill any spiders twice, but it looks like that they're already respawning. Well, such is my luck. I believe this is the last page. Alright, good. Now bring the journal and its pages back to Galeras. I'm sure she's going to love the sad news. I am afraid the spiders got to him.
I will treasure his journal. Thank you for recovering it.
Though it is but a small piece of my husband, this is one of my few remaining ties to Baradum. I will cherish it.
I wish you brought me better news for my Baradum. I know hope is a favorite drink of fools, and yet for a time it was my only companion.
It has now abandoned me, and all I have left are my memories of Barradum. Thank you for this news. It is not what I wished to hear, but at least now I know the truth. Alright. And also, the soldiers that I saved.
This is joyous news indeed. I
I
feared this to be a barrier, but seeing them alive restores my spirit.
Well, at least somebody's happy. Ah, well, that takes care of the spiders, but we have other things to do. We have various forms of wildlife to contend with, and we need to get some meat from creatures and also some eggs. And we'll head on and do that in the next episode of the Song of Waves and Wind.